Hey everybody, this is Jenny McGarvey and I'm here with you today to share how I created this scrapbook layout, and it is called My Everything. As you can see, I already have my photo printed and my piece of white cardstock all laid out. I used my Canon selfie printer to print this photo that was taken on Mother's Day. And now I am going through the patterned papers that are part of the May 2017 Hip Kit Club main scrapbook kit, and I've selected this sort of mottled mint green paper, this bird on the wire, not wire, but like the little swing paper, and then this pink ledger paper. And I love the pink ledger paper, and my normal tendency would be to kind of hoard it or use it as a background paper. And I decided this month I wanted to try cutting it up and using it as part of the layering process. So I've trimmed down a piece of the ledger paper and an even smaller piece of the bird swing paper, and I'm going to place those together on the white cardstock. Now I will also need to trim off the edges of that photo, or not even trim them off, but peel off the edges, because that is how they come when you use the Canon selfie printer for printing. Now, as you can see, I've also cut down a little triangle for the lower left-hand corner, and I really want to kind of anchor all of these little bits and pieces to the page down in the left-hand corner. I'm using my Tombow mono adhesive to adhere it down, and I like this adhesive because it's very, very sticky and you don't need a ton to get it to stick to the page, and it's very, very easy to use and can be used on a wide variety of papers and different embellishments as well. Now, as you can see, I have the foundation set with the pattern paper down below, and I'm going to also trim the photo down to 4 inches tall. Since the width is just about 4 inches wide, it creates this square, and one of the good things is that it gets rid of a lot of the unnecessary or unwanted background. Now I'm also going to trim up the green mottled paper because the backside is some different little 3x4 calendar cards, and I'd like to use the May one to accompany my photo. So I'm going to put the top part of the card underneath the photo, and that is pretty much how I wanted it to turn out. And so I will go ahead and adhere those down at that point. It's a little bit hard. I need to look at it for a little bit just to make sure that it is exactly what I wanted and how I'd like it. I would have probably enjoyed it a little bit better had it been a little softer of a yellow color, but it's okay and it'll totally work once I have all of the different elements down. It's just a little bit bright and a little bit shocking right now when there aren't other items to sort of distract me from looking right at that bright yellow. As you can see, I have pulled out a couple of different embellishments from the kit, both the exclusive puffy stickers and then also those chipboard stickers. The chipboard stickers are really thick. They have a really heavy chipboard backing, and so it really gives the page a very nice dimension when you add some of those. Now I've just put that little border strip at the bottom of the photo from the puffy stickers, and it's got just a very tiny little polka dot pattern on it also, so it gives just that little extra detail without being overwhelming. Now, one of the main focal points is going to be this little banner that I've placed up in the upper right-hand corner of that photo, and it's going to tie my title into the rest of the page. Now, first I need to go through the exclusive die cuts that came with the kit and search for a couple that will help with the layering process of not only my title, but also if there's anywhere else that I could use them on this page. I'm looking for similar colors and just different feelings of die cuts that will go with the rest of this layout. Now I'm pulling out some alphabet stickers, and I had initially thought that I would use these exclusive alphas to notate my title. However, I decided that maybe I wanted a more tone-on-tone look, so I'm going to think about that for a little bit while I continue to embellish just a tad. As you can see, I put down that yellow flower down in the lower right left-hand corner, excuse me, and it definitely helps make that yellow of that card seem a little less bright and a little less shocking. Now I'm using the white thickers, and they are kind of a foam, kind of a plastic. I'm not exactly sure what the material of these is, but I'm spelling out my title, and I'm going to not have the word everything all on one line. I'm going to break it up into 2 lines, so every in the middle and thing on the bottom, and then I'll place the word my on the very top. Now these are kind of nice because it's not very hard to get them to be very close together. the letters very close together. And so it's a little bit easier to line them up in a straight line because you have that nice tight configuration. Now, I'm not really too worried if they're a little bit crooked, but I do mostly want them to look pretty straight across. Now I really am liking the tone on tone of the white cardstock with the white alphas. It kind of does not stand out too terribly much. It kind of lends itself to blending in with the rest of the page, which is what the overall look I wanted to have here. So now I can go ahead and embellish a little bit further and have the embellishments be what sort of stands out versus the title. Now I wanted initially this little tag to go underneath the bunting, but I decided that it wasn't worth peeling it up for, so I just layered them right on top of it and then also placed that cluster of flowers. I think it turned out wonderful, and I'm really loving how that whole little cluster at the top came together. Now I did lay down another one of these florals right underneath that bunting, and I probably will add a little bit more, a few die cuts right there. It feels like it's kind of just floating like I sneezed, and that's where that sticker ended up. So if I add maybe a couple of die cuts to it as well, it'll feel a little bit more purposeful in its placement. So I layered underneath another little floral and then this XOXO little die cut, and that's exactly what that needed. It gives it purpose and lends itself to being deliberate versus just sort of randomly placed there. Now the basic idea is finished. I want to add a couple of last touches, including some splatters from this Heidi Swapp Gold Lame Shine. It's really pretty and it just dries such a lovely metallic shimmer. It's really a very nice addition to the top right there. It's a little unexpected too. So now I'm pretty much finished. The last thing I want to do is add a little bit of journaling. So I'm going to put down my self-healing mat and then use my ruler to draw a few lines for journaling. And I'm going to use a pencil this time just so that I can erase those lines when I'm finished. Ordinarily, I'd use my Papermate Flair pen to create some black journaling lines because I really love the contrast of the black lines on the white paper. But this time I decided that it would be fine to erase the lines since these were not going to be in the traditional viewpoint from this page. So now I'm just adding that journaling using my Papermate Flair pen, and I only have 3 lines, so I'm not going to say a whole lot, really more notating the activity and the place than I am the entire story or anything like that, just really kind of capturing the feeling. So now that I've finished with the journaling, I'm going to go ahead and erase those lines, and then my layout will be complete. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please leave me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comment box below and I will do my very best to get back to you. Thank you so much and make it a great day.